Okay, so today I'm just gonna give you a few ways how not to be guilty or feel guilty. So when your child is diagnosed with autism, of course, a lot of times when the doctor first say it, you don't believe it, you don't want to believe it, and you have a hard time accepting. So you go into that phase of denial and you're like, okay, maybe something's going on. Maybe this is really how a child's supposed to behave. There's just so many things that you try to use to justify. And then finally, after you kind of accept it just a little, you go into anger. You're angry and you're like, why me? Why my child? Why can't I just have a normal child? You go through all of these things. And if you watched yesterday's lives, I actually, spoke about how to overcome that. And then guilt, it comes in. It's just so many feelings that you're dealing with internally, and we're not even talking about the child and their behaviors and everything that they're going through. Like, you're going through your own situation, but in the midst of you going through your own situation, you have to help this child, okay? In addition to all the other responsibilities that you have in your life, whether it's work, whether you have other children, whether you have a spouse, whether you're a mother, you're a friend, you're a sister, you're so many different things to so many different people. You play so many different roles in your life. So you have this child, you find out the child is autistic, so then you start to feel guilty and you start racking your brain. Like, what did I do to make this happen? Like, what was I even doing before I got pregnant? Like, what did I do before I got, like, when I was pregnant, like, did I do this? Or did I have like a couple of glasses of wine? Like, did I get on a roller coaster and go upside down? Like, was it my fitness regimen? You should start to think of any and everything to figure out, what did you do as the parent? Like, you're like, okay, was it the vaccination? Am I too old? It's just so many what ifs. And this is where guilt plays. Like, guilt just puts so many things in your head and you drive yourself crazy. But rest assured, Mom, you did not do anything to cause your child's autism, okay? Like, I know moms that were in their early 20s when they had kids with autism. So it's not a thing of you being old, okay? So let me just let you rest assured of that. So when you have a child with autism and you start to feel guilty, I just want to reassure you of a few things, okay? Number one, you didn't cause it, okay? You didn't cause it. You didn't cause it, number one. Number two, you don't have to engage every minute of your day focusing on autism. Your child is autistic, yes, but that doesn't mean that you have to just see that every time you see your child. Like, when you have your child, at the end of the day, it's your child, autistic or not. So remember, at the end of the day, it's your child. Take a break. I mean, I know that is easier said than done, but sometimes you need it. Just take a break. Like, even if you have to go somewhere for like 10 minutes or 15 minutes, just to have that time for yourself. Or if you have to wake up earlier in the morning just to have a little peace before you start your day, you got to have a little time for yourself and a little break. Don't compare yourself to other autistic parents, okay? Like I always say, autism, and every autistic child is not the same, okay? Whether they're on the high end of the spectrum or whether they're on the low end of the spectrum, there's going to be different characteristics. I mean, there's going to be some things that are common amongst most autistic children, but no two autistic children are alike. Just like children that are not autistic, no two children are alike. So you have to remember, what works for one mom may not work for the next mom and vice versa, okay? But there are some universal things that do work, okay? Your life does not have to revolve around autism. You don't have to be autism all day, every day, okay? Always, yes, be an advocate for your child, and always, yes, be conscious of the environments that you bring your child to, or things that may trigger a meltdown, but you don't have to revolve your whole entire being around autism, because you're more than autism. Early intervention is key. Development is lifelong. Thank you so much. Early intervention is key. Development is lifelong. So yes, there are great services out for the kids. There's ABA, there's speech therapy, there's occupational. There's so many wonderful things that are good for our child's development. But remember, nothing that we do is going to take the autism away. But there are things that you can do to enhance your child's, knowledge and growth, okay, to the best of their ability. And then balance your life with your family. Balance life as best as possible. And it is possible, and the only way you're going to be able to do this is if you accept your child's diagnosis, okay? So this is just a little bit about guilt. Like I said, you didn't cause the autism, nothing that you did that caused the autism. And that's what I got for you today. So let me just, if you have any questions, put them here. I'm gonna wrap it up, and then I'm gonna come to your questions and your comments, okay? So just before I wrap it up, I just wanna let you know about my upcoming webinar, which is on Sunday. It's called From Suspecting to Accepting, and it's basically coping with the full spectrum of emotions after your child has been diagnosed with autism. I'm going to give you some tips and tools and resources that I've used to help me go from thinking that my child was autistic to now finally fully accepting my child's diagnosis. It's a process, and let me tell you something, the feelings of anger, denial, grief, guilt, shame, all of that, it's real. There are valid feelings, and yes, you have a right to feel this way, but lingering in that, in those feelings for too long will prevent you from getting your child the help early, okay? And you don't want to go about it the hard way like I did. So that's happening this Sunday, April 28th. I need y'all to sign up today. If you know that you're still struggling with your child's diagnosis, if you know someone who is struggling with their child's diagnosis, let them know about this webinar. Share this out so that they can see this as well, so that I can be a support to you or to them, okay? So thank you so much. I'm going to end on Periscope, and then so I can see the questions and comments on Facebook, okay? So Periscope, if you're interested in this webinar, click the link in my bio and it will lead you to that. Also, the link in my bio, you'll see a free ebook for stressed moms, 10 ways to manage stress as a busy working mom. You'll also see the link to my webinar, and you'll also see the link if you want to know the signs of autism in children. Okay, so Periscope, I'm out of here. Facebook, Instagram, I'm coming for your questions, so put the questions in there now. Yes, I'm going to end this on Periscope. Okay, Facebook and Instagram. I'm just going to swipe up hello to everyone that's watching. Okay, I don't see any questions or anything right now, so I'm going to end this. Once again, I am Bernadette Henry, and I'm a mental health and an emotional wellness coach, and I help busy working moms cope with, first of all, let me go back. My name is Bernadette Henry, and I'm a mental health and an emotional wellness coach, and I help moms of newly diagnosed autistic children manage their emotions so that they can get the child the help that they need. Like I said, feel free to share this out, and please join my webinar this Sunday, April 28th at 5 o'clock. It will be online. You don't have to go anywhere but to your device. So that's about it. Thank you so much.